Hello everyone and welcome back to Grilling and Smoking by Micah. This week's cook is inspired by Russ Jones, Mr. Smoky Ribs himself. He recently did some pulled beef barbecue sandwiches, made some kind of comment about why the dome grills were better suited for cooking the chuck roast or something like that. So, you know, I always cook on a Weber grill, so I thought, hey, challenge accepted. So this week I'm going to do my version of his cook, which will be very similar other than on the Weber kettle. So let's get started. All right, I've got 2 chuck roast here, and all I've done is rub them with some mustard and that all-purpose rub that I made for the smoked barbecue wings video. So I'll post a link to that if you want to see how I made the rub. So what I'm going to do is get the lid on there, get it adjusted. We're going to keep this to about 250. And I've got some hickory that I'm going to put on there to smoke with. So we'll be back to check on that in a little bit. The Maverick is reading 140 degrees, which was my target temperature. So what I'm going to do is use the thermopop and see what we're actually up to. And as you can see, we are really close to 140. All right, what I'm going to do is get those out, get them in a pan, and we'll be right back. Okay, I got the roast out, got them in a pan. I don't have a pan that's big enough to hold both roast, but small enough that'll fit on the grill. So I've stacked one on top of the other. I've left the probe in the one on top. And just like in Russ's video, I'm using some Coca-Cola and just pour in there. Now he used a can, but also he was only making one roast. I used most of that, rest of it. That's good. So let me get some foil on that and we'll get it back on the grill. I have the foil on the pan now. Again, my goal is I'm going to keep the temperature at 250. And I'm going to keep an eye on the temperature of that roast. We're going to try to get it up to around 210 or so, and we'll check it. Maybe 205, we'll check it. And we're going to check it for tenderness. Again, we're looking for the roast to be tender enough to just pull apart with a fork to make our sandwiches. So I'm going to go ahead and get the lid on, get it adjusted so we can get a temperature of 250. And we'll be back once we get to about 205 or so. See you then. The internal temperature is about 180 now. And so what I wanted to do is just check on it. Oh my gosh, it looks and smells so good. So this is reading just a little bit cooler than what that probe is reading. So what I'm going to do is, since I've got these stacked, and then take the one that was on top, put it on bottom, the one that was on the bottom and put on top, just rotating it so they cook evenly. So let me get that done. We'll get it back on the grill. We'll be back out here and check on it when it reaches about 200 degrees. I had 200 degrees some time ago. I came out here and checked it. I shut the grill down, which means I closed all the vents. So we're just going to check it now. That's going in and out pretty nice, which means it's nice and tender. So I'm going to get this pulled off, get it inside, let it rest for a little bit. We'll get it pulled up. I've let the roast set for at least 30 minutes. You can see it's still steaming. I transferred it into a bigger pan. Got my 2 forks. We're going to just start pulling. Have it all pulled now. You can see it is still nice and juicy. It tastes really good. So let me get that on a bun, get it plated up, and we'll have another look at it. Get it plated up now. And the reason I didn't mix barbecue sauce in with it is because everybody here likes their own barbecue sauce. I've even got a kid that would rather put A1 on hers than barbecue sauce. So around here we just put our own, and I'm using a hometown favorite, which is McLard's. Okay, let's give that a try. That is one good sandwich. Russ, you had one awesome idea. I'm glad I saw your video. I'm glad I thought to use it today. Man, that's a good sandwich. Guys, if you haven't tried pulled beef sandwich out of a beef chuck roast, give it a try. I think you'll really like it. Everyone, if you liked what you saw, please give me a like, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed to me, please do so. You can follow me on Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, G+, right here on YouTube. Until next time, we'll see you then.